welcome back to Dicebreaker, or should we say Dungeonbreaker? We should. We're in a dungeon. Hi.
We are breaking things.
You are breaking things. Oh my goodness.
Spirits mostly.
I was about to say you broke the spirits of some very dishevelled adventurers who were beginning to fear that they would never get out of the Dungeon of Catharsis alive.
Probably a few Geneva conventions as well, I imagine.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, just smashed to bits. But yeah, a lot of those adventurers didn't make it out alive because of their poor choices and your formidable combat skills. In fact, we rejoined the party in the room in which this bloodbath, we'll call it, after one of them exploded. And you're kind of, you're just sort of standing there, you know, what remained of your adversaries, they've departed. And you're contemplating, just how much of a mess one person can make being exploded by a thunderous chromatic orb, but also how tired you are. You spent the best part of a day now in the Dungeon of Catharsis, and it occurs to you that you might need to find a spot to camp relatively soon, and that this camping spot, being, you know, strewn as it is with dead bodies, old and fresh, it might not be the best place to set up for the night. So you might want to try and find somewhere a bit more inviting, or not. It's up to you.
Well, we know that the well is not a great avenue, so
yeah, confirmed. Not wet.
Depends what you want out of it. Yeah, if you want water out of it,
it's probably quite wet by now.
Swift. Oh.
I'd like to ask Alexander the Great if he knows of anywhere good to sleep.
What? He trots over to a door and just slams his head into it.
This way, folks.
good job, miss.
Nice.
He leads you into another room, which you suspect, on looking at it, was where the marauders you just dispatched were making camp. There are a number of bedrolls there. There's a good amount of firewood. Like, it seems like there's been no shortage of kindling, just a shortage of things for them to eat, because there is a small, like, fireplace ringed in stones. Somewhat optimistically, there is a frame over that with a pot, an empty pot, I should say, sort of dangling. The fire they had going has died down, but you can probably break the crust and sort of get another fire going with the embers if you want. Alexander the Great picks the plushest looking bedroll sort of setup, makes it abundantly clear that this one is his by sort of arching his back and urinating all over it.
Oh, yeah.
And then he just curls up and, like, he nuzzles at an empty tankard on the floor mournfully. Yes, Tim the Goblin.
How big is the door to this place?
Sort of average size, sort of, you know.
Would it potentially be big enough for a giant octopus to get through?
Octopi can squeeze through really tiny gaps.
Oh yeah, that's one of the terrifying things about them.
Even if the door was closed, you could get in here, Tim the Goblin. Don't worry about that. You're able to like horrifyingly pull yourself into the room. Yeah. Alexander the Great kind of looks at this and, like, turns away and shuts his eyes in a, like this is beneath me kind of reaction.
Oh wow. Okay. Okay, yeah. Tim is gonna sort of slop over to. I don't know how to describe how octopuses move on dry land.
It was wonderful and evocative, and that's why I reacted in the way I did. I reacted because it was the perfect word.
It was unfortunately the perfect word.
Yeah.
To a sort of area that's going to be big enough for him to sort of squat on.
Mm-hmm.
And I think he's going to sit there for a bit, just sort of look around, as an octopus might. I don't know if they do that. But then I think he's just going to turn back into Tim.
Okay.
And say, I thought about staying as an octopus for a little bit, but I figured, well, one, taking up quite a lot of space, and two, I can only really breathe for an hour before I start suffocating in the air, so
Yeah,
probably thought it'd be better to change now rather than later.
that's very relatable, Tim.
Oof.
Mood.
Tim the Goblin doing stand-up. So you know when you've turned into a giant octopus and it's coming up on your full hour, but you're just not ready to leave the library? What is that about, you know?
What's the deal with wild shape?
Right? I'm like, sure, I could turn back into a goblin, but I'm reading 4 books at once here. How am I going to turn the pages? It's ridiculous.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what an actual comedian would do. Tim, yeah, it wouldn't sound anything like that if Tim tried to do stand-up comedy. He'd probably just be like, well, I figured it might be good.
Have you ever noticed the swamp is very nice, full of danger, but also
He would just tell rambling anecdotes for about 2 hours.
it would probably be my kind of comedy. I love an
Yeah.
anti-joke.
Anecdote.
Anyways, right. You have turned back into a goblin.
Yeah, and he's gonna find a bedroll. I think he's gonna pick one near Alexander the Great, or hopefully not being in one that's potentially been splashed by the goat urine. Yeah, because he likes Alexander, but he doesn't like the goat urine.
That's fair. That's
Understandable. Yeah.
I can vibe with that.
Yeah, but he's used to potent smell, so he doesn't mind being next to it. And he's just gonna sort of sit on there.
Excellent. What's everyone else doing?
As close to the fire as I can get without getting burnt.
Okay.
Oh wow.
This is kind of leaning up against something and sort of like pondering a bit. And he sort of like fields a question to the rest of the group, and he's like, "We're given a like a wish granter sort of thing when we finish this stuff, right? Has anyone thought about what they want to wish for?"
No.
Not really, to be honest.
Thank you for being honest.
The way most of these have gone, I've expected that we'll be kind of rushed off into some portal or hell plane or something before. Yeah, you know, the usual for us. Really.
Yeah, no, you're right.
So
it's probably
I suppose I've never really considered what will actually happen if we get there.
got what we wanted. You mean? Yeah.
Yeah, it's a frightening thought, really.
Yeah. Well.
Well, sometimes I kind of think maybe it's a bit too good to be true, you know? Or I don't know. I feel like wishes aren't really. It's solving something instantly with something like a wish. I feel like maybe it's not the best way of going about dealing with your problems.
Well, if they do turn out to be true, Tim, I'll take your wish and you can earn whatever you're after if it makes you feel better.
Well, also, you know, I don't really want for much. Quite happy with what I've got, you know. I don't really want any material things. That's what the wish is for. I guess it depends on how powerful this wish is.
Yeah, well, I guess the thing to think about is, you know, not just what do you want to wish for, but what do you want from life in general? Because if all the options are out there and everything's at your disposal, then really the only one who can screw it up is you, right? If you end up wishing for the wrong thing, you might just ruin the rest of your life. So it's something that you really want to think about hard. But anyway, something to ponder. Good night.
Well, he fell asleep very quickly.
What were you going to say, Mist?
Well, Fizz is asleep, so it doesn't matter.
Fine, we can retcon that if you want to say something good.
No, it's fine.
Seems my
it's
wish
honestly
came
fine.
true.
Well, it's a big question to ask. I'm not sure it's something I'll be able to answer straight away. Definitely something to think about. Yeah. Tim's just sort of sat there looking at like a blank bit of stone. You can see that he's got a little bit of a 1,000-yard stare going on. Just. He goes very silent.
I mean, it's straight. Oh, I'm sounding like Birdman, but you know, we've had riches, and that just kind of, yeah, it didn't really do much for me.
Yeah, well, yeah, I'd say you certainly didn't. You didn't seem to be happier when we
No.
performed that robbery. Not that I want to judge anyone or assume anything, but I mean the heist was quite fun to do. I enjoyed it, but yeah, like I said before, I've not really wanted anything, wealth or whatever. Don't think it really do anything for my life. Yeah. I don't know, I guess maybe something a bit more spiritual.
It feels strange to say, but I think the happiest I've been is when we were sent through a portal to the Hell Dimension.
Those are the days.
Yeah, I mean, I was certainly a bit scared. It wasn't particularly nice place to be. But, I mean, we met some great people there. Fareed was really good.
Oh, I love
enjoyed
Fareed.
their company. Yeah, and Yidigo was, well, until they betrayed us. I guess, well, I guess I just miss people. I wish they were here. You were all great, but well, most of the time. But I wish Cisco was here sometimes. I know, sort of gone off on his own, but I guess I relied on him a bit much in an emotional sense.
He also started killing people, which made things a little awkward.
Well, I don't quite know what happened there.
Wow.
People change, I guess. Sort of.
I know what you mean.
One minute you think the next minute they're eating people. So
There'll be another dinosaur, Tim. There'll be another
Well.
dinosaur.
I guess it wasn't just the fact that Cisco was a dinosaur. It's more the fact that Cisco, loved me regardless of what I am to him. We had a companionship. There was no expectation, no judgment there. It was just love, I guess. Oh well. Guess I'm a bit tired.
There is you sort of notice as you go to bed down that Alexander the Great has worked out your mattress is stuffed with straw, and has slowly just been like it's eaten about a third of your mattress out from under you while you've been having this quite touching conversation.
I think Tim reaches his hand out a little bit towards Alexander the Great.
He just freezes.
A little bit. I think he's gonna try and stroke.
He's not gonna move. He's not even gonna give any discernible reaction. He's just gonna be like,
yeah.
As you kind of pat him, he's like,
yeah, pats him.
He sits there until you're done, and then just kind of goes, and returns to normal.
I think Tim very quietly said, "Thank you."
What?
And then just falls asleep on what remains of his mattress.
There's enough. There's enough left. Cool. Is everyone No one going to sleep?
I think I dozed.
I
I
see.
dozed when the conversation was
Just
ongoing.
kind of like stretched
Yeah.
out in front of the fire. Sure.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the fire sort of burns gently through until morning. Well, what you assume counts for morning. You've all had a bit of a sleep, and you feel like you're ready to go on. There's a 2-hour wait while Alexander the Great obstinately refuses to be roused from sleep. At one point, like aiming a kick at Mist, just being like, "Ah!" But eventually he gets up, contents himself with the last of Tim the Goblin's mattress, and after just urinating really boldly in the middle of the room onto the fire, sending up a cloud of acrid steam, he looks at you impatiently as if to say, "Aren't you already ready to leave?"
I think Tim says, I've smelled some pretty pungent odours in my lifetime, but I must admit, your urine is one of...
What?
It's up there, Alexander.
Yeah, I agree, Tim. Maybe let's not stick around.
Remember,
Oh, lead the way if you know where you're going,
he
tall guy.
crashes through the wall next to a
Right,
door, just for
okay.
variety. Sends himself. In fact, like you enter the room, whether through the door or through the wall, he's just lying on his side, like oh, like you
a
think that one
bullet.
actually took a little bit more out of him than
We've done that one.
he kind of shakes himself off. You are in a room with one door at the other end. The floor is completely covered in pebbles. And Fizz, you start to get a weird sense of deja vu, because there is a tank in the middle of the room with a key in it, with a cork tied to the key, and a small level of water in there. And there are a bunch of birds on the wall that just go, "Get on with it!"
Oh god.
Do any
Tim's
of
looking
them
around
look particularly flirty at all?
Not right now. No, you need to work the room a bit, maybe.
Yeah, well, all right.
Get on with it.
Hello there, birds. Nice to meet you. My name's Tim the Goblin. Yeah.
Hurry up.
Yeah, what do you want us to do
Do
exactly?
it.
How can we help you?
Do we understand
Get
them, or is it
on
just
with
Fizz?
it. It's just Fizz.
Just Fizz. Yeah.
Yeah, you can just hear. Now, right. I'm going to tell you all something, and I need you to all not be mad at me. Can we just agree that before I say what I'm about to say?
Mm,
Whoa.
no, but you can tell us anyway.
Okay. Well, if you all agree not to be mad at me,
No.
So now I didn't know that people reuse dungeon rooms. There must be a service somewhere that just sort of does them with prefabs or something. But I've been through this sort of puzzle room before, and I know what you're thinking. Oh, Fizz, that's handy. You already know what to do. Now I have forgotten how to get through this one. And now you're maybe thinking, well, don't worry, you weren't the only one there, right, Fizz? Yes. Well, Fareed was the other person with me, and I can't remember what he did or how we got through the thing. But we need the key out of the jar, so...
You hear a voice from up on the wall go, "Wait a minute!" And then there's a flutter of wings as one of the birds comes down and perches in front of you. It's like, the rest of you just see a crow land and go like, "Ah, ah." You say you've done this room before?
Yeah, I did it in Avernus.
Bollocks you have!
All right, it's a bit rude. I
You
did it in
tell
Avernus,
me.
mate.
What?
I did it in Avernus, mate.
There's another dungeon with this puzzle?
Oh, yeah, mate. There's probably millions of them if you think about it.
What? This
Well-
is unique! This is bespoke!
Miss Head is just going back and forth as they're just clawing at each other.
Yeah, not picking up any of the conversation,
No.
just following it.
Where was this dungeon?
I told you it was in Avernus. It was some
Which bit of
palace.
Avernus?
Oh, it was the palace of some demon lord or something.
Which demon lord?
Oh, Baffa something?
Baphomet?
Yeah, probably.
Baphomet's palace?
Yeah.
We'll have the bastard. Come on, lads. Someone's infringing on our copyright. Give him the key. We ain't got time. All of the crows swoop down and start picking up pebbles and launching them in vast mouthfuls into the tank to raise the water level. They get the key, like they throw it at your feet. It's like, use that on the door. We've got some other crows to kick crap out of.
Yeah, no, you do that, mate. They've really done a number.
Oh, this is unbelievable. He leans back with his beak and then just goes wah, and basically vomits an enormous crow portal into existence, like wah, and the rest of them all fly into it. And he goes, "No, you sod off!" And he flies through the portal, which closes behind you. And they're off to trash another escape room dungeon.
I turn to the rest of the group and I say, "Oh, turns out I remembered how to do it, so don't worry about it, boys. All good, all sorted. Don't worry about it."
Those crows are very helpful.
Oh yeah, well you had to do a certain thing that a certain way. You got a certain angle. You got to come at it from Tim, but I had it covered.
Fizz, not to diminish your achievements, but it seems like the crows mainly did the work here.
Well, yeah, because you've got to tell the crows a certain passphrase. It would go way over your head, to be honest.
Right,
okay. So let's crack on.
Charisma persuasion check, please, from you, Fizz. Wisdom insight check from everyone else.
Natural 1.
I got a natural 18 because I don't have any pluses.
What was it? Perception?
Wisdom insight.
Insight.
Yeah.
Sorry. 9.
10.
Hey!
Everyone buys it. Everyone buys it.
Well, I mean, well done. I guess.
Yeah. You are.
Excellent work. Excellent work, Fizz.
You see now that Fizz was acting as some kind of foreman. And that he was just directing them in their work, and it was expertly done. It must have been how he solved it with Fareed before. Furthermore, Morboss, you are convinced that he is now king of all crows. And
Morboss is roughly 5% more polite.
Ooh, big gains.
I mean, 5% of 0 is still 0.
I like that. Okay, so... yeah, you are in the room. There is a key. There is a door. You're all smart people.
What do we do with this key?
Well, now this is gonna really, really seem like a shop, but we're gonna use it on the next door because it's locked. Do you know what? You crack on, and then you can say you helped. Yeah.
Okay. I take the key, and I put it in the wrong way. And
the
then
door does
figure
not
it out.
unlock. Yeah. Okay. As you unlock the door, you open it onto another door. On this door is written in very large letters, "Warning. You are about to approach the final challenge of the Dungeon of Catharsis. Make sure you are adequately prepared, but also take a moment to consider how far you've come."
Okay, done.
Yeah. What was it? 5 rooms. So yeah.
Oh, I mean, does it mean in the dungeon itself or in our individual lives? Or
Oh, it's a very good question, Tim. It's a very good
certainly something to consider. I think it's not. I mean,
I guess that's probably more like 1,000 rooms then, really. If you think about it. Yeah.
Some of them are really big as well.
Yeah, I guess it depends
just
on if you count
outside.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, so you beat me to it, mate.
I can see why you're in such high standing among the crows.
Yeah, well, Well, I guess we should also reflect on, all the things we've done. We helped out the gift giver. Oh, no, we didn't. Ignore that.
I don't remember that, but maybe it was something that occurred in a dream and we all forgot it when we woke up.
well, no, we saved all those dinosaurs.
We
and
did.
everyone.
Yeah, we did.
Did
do
save the
that, Tim.
dinosaurs.
Yeah, we performed that impressive heist
Yeah, that was very good.
with Amelia. And, we made those stuffy, holy folks question their position
Yeah,
in
You
society.
burned a lot of books, more boss. That was pretty good.
Yeah, they did send us to hell afterwards, but
Yeah,
it
but
was.
I mean, if you think about it, we were good.
Who's the real winners here? Yeah, I mean,
more of a
we
shortcut.
take that off the list. Yeah.
And we saved Waterdeep.
Yeah, we did technically do that.
I think, Tim. In that case, you may have helped more than some of us.
Oh yeah, I do specifically remember turning myself into a goose, and then being in some form of mortal peril for a little bit.
I like the bit where you were a little worm thing. That was good.
Yeah, that happens quite a lot.
Yeah.
We brought joy to that town that now have clowns, Knoll clowns.
Yeah. Yeah.
A sustainable. Yeah.
Well, I think a lot of that town sort of, went to Waterdeep, but no, I won't
Look.
diminish your accomplishments, miss.
I can't say if we did necessarily bring joy, but seeing as there's no one there anymore, who could say if we would have done had they remained? So, yeah.
I think Noel the Knoll was, I mean, about as kind of rehabilitated as Knolls get from my experience. I mean, there was some juggling. And...
Noel now has a potentially very lucrative career in performance. So
general buffoonery, which
yes.
is a chip off the old block. So there we go. So
Yeah, I hope he doesn't overtake me.
You can always form a double act, I'm sure.
Yeah. Miss,
feel,
I don't know if there's anyone in all of the Forgotten Realms who can top your nonsense. So I think you'll be fine.
I feel prepared now.
I think maybe I need to go back to the Contra of Regrets a few more times, but we're here, so...
Yeah, I don't know how this has helped.
Thinking back.
But we're ready now. So let's go do the final challenge. Oh,
That's
it's
the
bell!
Challenge
Calling
bell.
us.
You move through the door, and you move into a large room that it is pretty plain, to be honest with you. There are sort of just a few plinths with like burning torches on them. The room itself, the opposite wall, is dominated by an absolutely massive stone face. The sort of the bottom of the chin is at the bottom of the floor, and it reaches all the way up. It's probably a 20-foot high ceiling. It's this large stone face that moves as you come in and says, "Greetings! I am the guardian of the gates of catharsis. You have done well to come here, and not perish in one of my numerous traps, or go wild with hunger, and possibly throw yourself into a well. Tell me your names, bold adventurers, who have made it all the way to this, the final chamber."
Whilst he's talking, Mist is trying to see... Is he part of the wall? Mist is trying to see if there's a bit behind the wall.
Like a curtain.
Where... I mean, Mist has seen something like this in Oz. And in that case, there was just a wizard sat behind it with controlling the face.
I didn't realise Mist had been to Australia. Sure. Maybe a wisdom perception check.
Oh, wow. That's a 6.
Okay. You can't be certain.
Okay.
You're just like...
Mist
you're
is
now...
just touching the wall.
Okay, fine. Yeah.
I'm imagining this looks more like a wall monster from Nightmare, which no one else will understand what that looks like.
Yeah.
Oh, no, Johnny, yeah.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It looks like a wall monster. Yeah.
But yeah, the wall has asked your names. What are your names?
I whisper
I'm-
it. Mist. Into the wall.
I say
You'll have
a
to speak
normal-
up.
I say
My
a normal
ears are
polite
12 feet from the ground.
I'm Fizz.
Nice to meet you, Fizz.
What's your name? Sorry.
The guardian of the gates of catharsis.
More of a
We'll call
title,
you-
but okay.
It's the only one I've got.
Fair enough. The
Don't
Guardian.
push me, Sonny. I can flood this room with lava.
He sounds like the guy who does the voice for the X Factor.
What's that? He yells.
Oh, it's a show from where I'm from. It's a theater. It's a stage show.
I
My
see.
name is Mist, by the way.
Hi.
Tim says, "Hello, I'm Tim the Goblin."
Greetings unto you, Tim the Goblin.
God, was it? I'm Morbos.
Hello.
Hi.
You seem to be the cheerful one of the group.
Well, we've only just met, so...
Well, listen. As my job as the guardian of the gates of catharsis, it is my job to listen to the thing your heart desires most and then grant it. I won't lie, the granting bit is slightly disconcerting, as it involves walking through my gaping maw. However, I assure you, it is safe. You'll go through a portal, and your dream shall be manifested. First, however, I should ask a boon of you, one that should take, about 10 minutes.
Very precise.
The voting
more
lines are
day.
now open. If you're watching this on a repeat, please do not call or text.
It's not normally in my business to ask for things from you. Only I find myself to be in a pickle. I appear to have become infested with these undead cockatrices. Could you kill them for me? At this point, he goes and snorts, and a trio of undead cockatrices just fall out of his nostrils, which maybe explains why he sounds the way he does. He goes, "Oh, that's better."
I can't sleep.
You cast sleep. Yeah, sure, cast sleep. Why not?
It wouldn't be Dungeonbreaker if Miss
Exactly.
doesn't cast sleep.
That's 30.
30?
Mhm.
Okay, one of them falls asleep.
Okay.
That's terrifying.
Let's see. Yeah, I don't see why it wouldn't. Yeah, that's fine. We'll roll for initiative now. I'll put that one at the bottom because it's asleep.
Yeah, it's having a nap.
Wow.
Waluigi.
21.
What is it?
Wow. It's a natural 20 plus a 1.
Whoa.
Dang.
Oh yeah,
21.
that's worth a Waluigi were.
Wow.
Tim also rolled a natural 20
Wow.
gosh.
I got a 7.
plus. It's Dex, isn't it? Plus 2.
So you're actually going
22.
first, Tim. 7 for you, was it, Miss?
Yep.
10 for me.
Yeah, got ya.
Cool.
Missed. Cockatrice. Okay. Tim, there are 2 undead cockatrices, kind of. These things, they look like a hideous hybrid of a lizard, bird, and bat, by the way. And they're kind of just like, just like galumphing their way around in a sort of undead, horrible monster way.
Ah, okay. Well. So there's 2 of them that are awake.
2 of them are awake, 1 asleep.
Okay. How far away are they?
20 foot.
Balls.
That's like a bone chicken.
Okay, Tim's gonna move 5 feet.
Mm-hmm.
and he's gonna cast Thunder Wave.
Ooh.
And he's
Okay.
gonna do it. He's gonna do it at 2nd level.
Great.
So.
Is it Constitution, the saving throw?
Yes.
Okay.
It is.
What's your spell save DC, please?
It is. Wish that information was more available on D&D Beyond.
What are you looking for?
My spell save DC.
Oh,
Oh,
if
I've
you
got
click
it.
spells.
12.
Yeah, there
12.
It was there. I just couldn't see it.
you go.
That's an 11 and a 1.
Oh.
Hey.
How much damage are they taking?
Right. I need to roll.
I've rolled like absolute garbage in this arc.
3d8.
3d8 damage.
Yeah, I need to remember what the right dice look like. I think I've only got one. Oh, I've got more than 1d8. Do I have 3d8? This is fun to watch. Oh! Okay, 3d8. Okay, that is 14 damage.
14 damage. Okay. So they're now on. Wow, that sucked for them. Describe what happens, because they're like halfway dead now. So imagine they've had a few bits blown off them.
I think Tin, seeing how sort of grotesque they are, runs 5 feet, so a little trot, and then just blasts his hands out. Yeah, very nonchalantly trots and just goes
okay.
like that. And then a sort of wave of
A wave of thunder, perhaps.
of electricity sort of erupts from his palms, and then the chickens do that
Okay, canon. They're just chickens now.
chickens. The cockatrices. The chicken.
The guardian of the gates of catharsis. You're starting to suspect no one's ever actually made it this far, because he goes, "Whoa!" and seems absolutely blown away. No pun intended. Morboss, it is your turn.
So, let me think. Did you say they were undead? Are they undead, or are they just?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna channel divinity and
Oh yeah.
turn undead, because this is the first opportunity I've had to use it. So let's go for it.
Incredible.
So I present my holy symbol, which I'm not sure what my holy symbol. I think it's my shield. It's on my shield.
Yeah.
So I speak a prayer censoring the undead. So Morboss probably just curses in Infernal. at them. That's his equivalent of a prayer.
Oh yeah, censor the undead. What happened to free
Yes.
speech, eh, more boss? God.
It's absolutely filthy. Each undead that can see or hear me within 30 feet must make a whiz saving throw.
Okay.
Hey,
DC.
that classic.
All together now.
9. Okay.
If it fails its saving for its turn for 1 minute or until it takes any damage, it must run away, basically.
Into the mouth.
That's 12 and...
Oh, that's not
Oh
good.
my god, I've rolled a 1. I'm actually being
Yeah.
serious.
Hey.
No way.
Really,
Hey.
I'm rolling like garbage today.
Thanks, Wisdom 9.
So, yeah, that runs away.
Yeah, so it has to spend its turns trying to run as far away from me as it can, and it can't willingly move to a space within 30 feet of me. It can't take reactions. It can only use the dash action or try to escape from an effect that
Wow.
prevents it from moving. So basically, it can't do anything other than run away.
Here's something funny. Because I've never cast Turn Undead in my life, and I thought it meant like turn as in turn coat,
Transform.
not turn and run away.
Yeah.
Well, that was actually, very effective. Again, the head shows that it's maybe, a bit of a shut-in. It goes, wow, that's amazing. There is one cockatrice, however, that is unaffected by sleep or turn undead. And it's going to try and probably hit more boss, to be honest with you. Let's see, what's it going to do?
I don't care much for that.
It's going to try and bite you.
Oh, okay.
What's your AC again?
My AC, thank you for asking, is 14.
Yeah, that's a dirty 20 from this guy. Wow. Wait for this. Tremble as I roll 1d4 plus 1 piercing damage.
Whoa!
That's actually cocked. Okay, that is in fairness 5 points of piercing damage.
Okay.
I also need
Could-
you to
Okay,
make
you go
me
first.
a Constitution saving throw.
Okay. 10.
Okay, you are restrained now because you've started to turn to stone.
Okay.
Yeah.
You have
As-
to repeat this saving throw at the end of your next turn, or you're going to be petrified for 24 hours.
Oh, that doesn't sound good. Before that happens, could I cast Hellish Rebuke as this thing bites me
Yes.
as a reaction?
Yes, you can.
Sweet. Okay, so yeah, it in response to being damaged by a creature within 60 feet that I can see, which I can because it's right in front of me. Attack save is Dex 13. I point my finger, it's surrounded by hellish flames.
Okay. Dex.
If you fail, it's 2d10 fire damage, or half as much damage on a successful throw. So either way.
It's
That roll
taking
your
damage.
2d10
Well, it's taking the full whack because I rolled a 6, which
Woohoo.
means my total is 7.
All right, 2d10, here we go. That's a 9. That's a 2. 11.
Okay, it's
Bless
not
you.
it's not quite dead, but it may as well be. You have basically this hellish rebuke blasts it, so almost all of the sort of bones holding up its structure just get burned away, and it turns into just a gnashing pair of teeth. It's just a skull going like.
Oh, excuse me, sorry. That should have been 3d10
No!
because it was a spell slot of 2nd level or higher. So it gets an extra d10.
Yep, just don't
Sorry.
roll a 1. No, you're fine.
I rolled a 5.
Oh, sizzling chickens.
Yeah, the smell must be both terrible and quite pleasant.
That's what the Guardian yells. You're sizzling chickens. That smells horrible.
When you
And
said
also
that's what the Guardian
alluring.
yells, I thought this was some kind of newspaper review after the fact.
Oh God.
The Guardian gave it 4 stars.
All right, Fizz, you're up. We've got one cockatrice that's fleeing and one cockatrice that's asleep.
Okay.
However, will you escape this?
I guess. Well, they're only incapacitated for a certain amount of time, so I guess we probably should
A
still
minute.
try and kill them.
A minute, so we could
10 combat
look
rounds.
after the other.
Yeah,
one
let's
first.
do the fleer then, because he's only got one turn of being not in our faces.
Yeah.
So I guess I'll just, if he's running away from us, I just want to sort of shepherd him into a corner with my movement. I'm like, oh.
You take off your coat.
Yeah.
You're trailing him. Come on. Okay.
Yeah, that's what you do with chickens.
That's what you do with chickens.
Yeah.
And when he's in the corner, I assume that, of course, will give me an advantage to hit him.
Sure, why not?
To which I will cast, of course, a 2nd level chromatic orb.
Oh, classic.
And that's it.
Great, yeah.
Okay.
Hit it.
First roll was a 19. Second was, whoa, a dirty 25.
Yes, then successes. Both round.
All right, thunder worked for Tim, so let's keep on the thunder train.
Yep.
48. Ooh, 14 damage.
It's just enough. You hit it with the chromatic orb, and for a second it seems like nothing's going to happen. It kind of goes like, while it's sort of in the corner, and then it just blows up much like the guy in the other room.
Like a pinata. Just...
It's like a pinata. The guardian of the gates of.
You've seen one of those
yes.
then.
Yes, I had to be quarried from somewhere, and we had pinatas there. We're out of combat now because the only thing left is asleep. What are we doing to it?
Well, it's gonna wake up, so
Eventually, yeah.
Chop the head off or
Yeah.
something, I don't know.
Tim just drawing a knife.
I'll say collectively you can put the boots in on it.
Yeah.
You just all like have to stomp it into the ground.
Is
It's like
Marva
scene in The
still
Warriors
turning?
with the elbows.
Is Marva still turning to stone, or is that not happening anymore?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Do make me another Constitution saving
Can
throw.
I cast Bardic Inspiration before he does that?
Yeah. What's it sound like?
Yes, please.
More of us, you're so great. You won't be stone and it'll be great.
More boss is
I
inspired.
thought you were gonna say granite, but
So it's a con roll, right? Does that give me advantage, like this?
No, it gives you
Or-
a d6. It adds
Oh,
a
to
d6,
add
a
on.
1d6, yeah.
And then it's a con saving throw, right?
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, well, I rolled a 19 on the d20, plus 2 is
Hey.
21, plus 6 on the d6.
Way.
So I rolled 27.
Oh,
Morboss kind of looks down, almost like vaguely irritated, and you just shake some gravel out the bottom of the road. You're like, "Brr." You're absolutely fine.
oh right, we've
Okay.
curb stomped a chicken.
Yep. The Guardian of the Gates of Catharsis goes, "Wow, that was brutal. You really ganged up on that last one. Not a fair fight. Didn't have a chance.
In the meantime-
Inspiring.
I've got like a little rotisserie going.
Yeah.
Everything is just
Oh,
like...
that smells dreadful.
It's
Anyway,
undead.
Well, you
Now
should
they're
know your
on-
nose is about the size of all of us combined.
exactly. And I've had 3 undead cockatrices living in there for about a century. Anyway, it's now time where you tell me what you want from the rest of your life, then walk through my mouth."
For some reason, I really want to buy like a multi-purpose mop or some other kind of household utensil.
I feel like entering a phone-in competition. I don't know.
If this is your wish and you want to enter a phone competition,
Press
please
1.
walk through my mouth now.
Please get the bill payer's permission.
You then, one of you.
Yeah, I'll go. Why not?
Sure.
Now, there's no like other tricks, is there? I know you probably wouldn't tell me that, but this is really the reward. This is what we've
Really
been waiting
is. Tell me what it is you want from life, and your wish will be granted. You will have to walk through my mouth. I know the optics on that are weird, but I promise I'm not going to eat you.
for. Okay. Can I whisper it to you, Mr. Big Head?
Go on then.
Fizz sort of clambers up the side of the face
Oh,
This feels weirdly intimate.
and just sort of like whispers something into the Guardian's ear.
Okay.
Fizz goes
Now-
down.
Now just get in my mouth.
Fizz sort of like takes a big deep breath and sort of looks back to everyone and says, "Well, everyone, it's been good, but I guess this is what I was always sort of working towards. So look after yourselves. Morboss, I thought it would have been quite funny if you turned stone whilst we all left, but I guess we'll just say goodbye. Tim, you keep being yourself. And Mist, same thing. I know that's not great advice, but you're doing a good job. Morboss, do you know what? Never mind. I'm sure I'll see you again.
Oh, well.
He walks into the mouth gingerly. It's not wet.
It's just a corridor, and there is
yeah.
a blue glowing light at the end of it.
So like Fizz sees the glowing light, and you see him sort of like reach out and touch it with his hand, and like sort of looks at his hand a bit. And as he walked through, you can see something sprouting out from his back as feathers start to burst.
I knew
out
it.
into a
I knew it.
formation.
I
And
knew
he's
it.
just sort of, he holds his arms up and looks at these 2 brand spanking new wings and just takes like a dive. And if you sort of glance through the portal very, very faintly, you can just see like a V shape just flying off into the distance.
Who's next?
I think Tim wanders up to the Guardian and he says, "Well, I've seen a lot in these past few months, and I really could believe you could give me what I want. I suppose what I really want is a family that loves me and looks after me. That's all I really want."
Okay, I'll do it.
Tim looks back at the others and says, I'm sure we'll see each other again soon and another time. You know where to find me, I imagine. I don't exactly know what I'm going with this, but well, we've been through plenty together. We'll keep in touch.
I hope you find another dinosaur, Tim.
Well, maybe.
Or some other kind of affectionate reptile.
Baby in a iguana. Well, good luck. Everything. You're good friends. I promise you that. And he goes through the mouth.
Where does he end up?
Yeah, I think he sort of wanders out of this portal, and he kind of looks around, and he's in the swamps that he sort of grew up with, and initially, you kind of see his face fall slightly, because he's kind of all alone in his swamp, and then suddenly some rustling happens, and a group of goblins sort of come out behind the bushes, and initially Tim's a little bit scared and overwhelmed, but then they all sort of wander over and sort of pick him up from where he's fallen back onto his bum and sort of dust him down and sort of gesture him over towards wherever they're sort of walking off to, and they all start gabbling and talking, and you hear Tim going, "Oh, hi, I'm Tim. Oh, I used to live here, but I was all alone. You should hear about the sort of things I've been doing. It's all very exciting. Well, you tell me what's going on in the swamp these days." And sort of the voices sort of drift off, and then you can also suddenly hear like a squawk, a little bit like a reptilian squawk, and sort of Cisco wanders up, following them.
Presumably normal size again.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh. A swamp and a dinosaur. Never been asked for that before. Who's next?
Do you want to go? Or should
I
I?
thought you were singing.
It's up to you.
I thought you sing Delilah.
Do you have something? Or
I do have something if you want me to go.
up to you? Do you want to go last?
Time is money.
It would be thematically fitting for me to go last.
I will go next. Well, my wish isn't just for myself. I wish that for all of us who are part of this adventuring group now and in the past, that we everything we do, whether we mean to or not, spreads happiness to the people that we meet along our future adventures. And that's all I want.
Done.
I just stand in front of the mouth for a while, just going bah, back to it.
Crying out loud. He pulls you in like a piece of spaghetti. He goes.
And Miss just lands in a really busy market square. There's just like stages, just lots of different stages, and lots of different types of performers on the stages. And he's just there. He just, just looking, and is just kind of in awe and happy, and just happy to be around other performers, and in a place that's like really bright, and it's a nice day, and he's just excited to find more friends that he can have adventures with. That's me.
Alexander the Great barges Morboss out the way and goes, "What?" down the throat of the Guardian of the Gates of Catharsis, and just appears. He's like twice the size he was before, and he's running a pub.
Whoa!
He's just a massive goat now that runs a pub.
Wow.
What?
How the
Does he
tables
actually
have turned.
Does he actually serve alcohol, or does he just drink it all?
Both. He got the wish right. Like,
Okay.
it's a pub with, basically a never-ending supply of beer. So you can only imagine how small his overheads are. Anyway,
Whoa.
one adventurer stands alone in the portal of the Gates of Catharsis.
You know what? The whole time we were coming here, I didn't know what I wanted to wish for. I think it's been the same with every adventure we've been on. It's always been the going rather than the getting. And I think, although I told them constantly I wanted to be anywhere else, there's actually nowhere I'd prefer to be than with all of them. So if at some point our paths can cross again, that would be enough.
Honestly, I thought you were going to ask me to bring them all back. Whoa, would have been awkward.
I think something. Don't get me wrong. It's crossed my mind, but if they've taught me something, it's that they're all themselves, and they have their own wishes and dreams. And if I can be a part of that for just a few adventures, I think I'm okay with that.
Well, the good news is I'm just a massive talking head with a weird voice. And you don't need me in your life to have further adventures with those you hold dear. So just, what do you say you hop past my tonsils, and we'll live out the rest of our lives and see what happens. Ah!
From beyond, you hear Miss.
What?
Oh, right then. And Morboss wanders down the throat tunnel.
Where do you come out?
I think, honestly, I would probably I think Morboss would go back to Eberron, back to the dinosaur arena.
Yes.
And would run it in the hope that one day the rest of the party, all of the people we've met along the way, might pop in one day and say hello. But until then, he'd run it, and he'd be just, let's say, 7.5% more polite to the employees there. You know, a major shift for Morboss.
The talking head, the guardian of the Gates of Catharsis, just goes, "Job done," and then just like freezes again, implacably, as he has done for centuries, and as he shall do for centuries more. And yeah, the Guild of Dungeonbreakers has sort of gone off to do their thing. That'll about do it, I think.
Gonna have a little cry.
No. Not allowed. Not allowed. Well, thank you very much for watching. This
Thank
episode of
you, Johnny.
Thanks, Johnny.
I'm going to straight up interrupt you and say
What?
thank you, Johnny,
My
for
pleasure.
all of the Dungeon Breakers thus far. Everything else. Just thank you.
No,
Hopefully
thank
this
you.
won't be the last time our paths cross, but
Yeah,
for now,
I'll see you
just
again.
a big old thank you.
You're very welcome. It's been a delight. So, yeah. I could do the normal spiel now, otherwise things are going to get really awkward. Thank you so much for watching this. If you want to see more videos from Dicebreaker, you can check out youtube.com/Dicebreaker, the channel you're already watching. You can go to dicebreaker.com for lots of news, reviews, and written features from the editorial team and the contributors. You can get some Dicebreaker merch at dicebreaker.myshopify.com. But most importantly, please be excellent to yourselves and each other. Have a lovely day, and have a lovely day. Bye.
Bye.